you guys, it's Kayla's Crazy Candy, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a 3D X-Base cuff. What you're going to need in order to make one of these is an X-Base at least 1x tall. You're going to need pony beads. I'm using white, blue, and gray. You're going to need scissors. You're going to need elastic string, and you're also going to need, if you'd like, accent beads. I'm going to be using these sharks. Now, to start off, what you're going to do is you're going to grab your X-Base cuff, and this is optional, but I use a beading needle. I use it because 1, it speeds up the process in my opinion, and 2, it makes things a little easier for you guys to see. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my X-Base cuff, and I'm going to string my needle through any one of my top row, and you're going to string it through one of your accent beads, so one of the blue beads in my case, until you have a small string at the very end, just like this. And what you're going to do is, depending on your pattern, you may be using 1 color, you may be using 2 colors. I'm going to be taking 2 blue, a white for my point, and 2 gray, and usually you want to have at least 5 beads on your string. You can, of course, use more than 5 beads, but you want to make sure it's an odd number, just so that way you have what looks like a point at the end of your cuff. You're going to let those fall down onto your bead, or your string, and you can see here, diagonally downwards, there's another blue bead that we want to go into. So, you're going to do exactly that. Now, skipping, well, you're going to go in the direction you're working in. You're going to skip this gray bead, skip this blue bead, skip this gray bead, and go into this bottom blue bead. And you should have something that looks like this. And then you see it starts to make like a little arch. That's what you want. Now you're going to do it again. You're going to take, in my case, it'd be 2 gray, 1 white bead, and 2 blue beads. Oops. And basically what you're going to do is the exact same process. You're going to go just like this way, diagonally upwards this time, so skipping all of the beads that you see me pointing at right here, and you're going to go into this blue bead right here, just like that. And you're going to notice these arches that are going in opposite directions. That's what you want, so it looks like this. And you're going to do that all the way around. Alright, so you can see where I've already strung the beads on, but basically, do you see where this little short string is coming out of? This bead right here? What you're going to do is you're going to take your string and pull it through that bead, our starting bead, going the opposite direction, and it should end up finishing off that last point. And now you should have something that looks like this after you've tied your knot. So now what you're going to do is, you can see here that we're coming out of this bead. You want to go in through these 2 blue beads and into this white bead, so you get something that looks like that. And now your string should be coming out of a white bead here. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take 2 of your base color beads, so blue in my case, and you want to finish off at least this 3rd section of this first point. So you can see where our string is coming out of. You're going to go into this top blue bead on the base of the cuff. So you should get something that looks like this once you've strung your beads on. Now you can see that that point is starting to take its shape, like so. And you're basically going to do this all the way around. I'm going to show you a couple more times. So taking my 2 blue beads, 1, 2, you're going to now go through, you can see here, this is where we're coming out of. You're going to go through this next white bead to start this next point. And then you should get this. So you're going to do that all the way around, and I will come back once we've finished and I'll show you what to do next. So now that you have your bead strung on, you should have something that looks like this. Our last bead that we should have gone through is going to be one of the points, so mine's a white bead. You can leave it like this, or you can add one more row of beads. That's what I'm going to do. So I've taken my needle off, and now I'm just going to add one white bead, like so. I'm going to add one of my sharks. Let me focus for you real quick. One shark. And then I'm going to add one more white bead. And for this row, you want to always add at least 3 beads to your string. Next, go into this next point and do that all the way around in however pattern you choose. Now you can see that my pattern is almost already done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to string on my last beads and go through this white point bead. Okay, now that I've got all that taken care of, I'm going to put my needle back on just to show you guys how to tie off. Now to tie off, it's super simple. I'm going to basically go into my point and pull up a little bit, just like this. So I am wedged in between 2 of the beads. And then you're going to take your string and wrap it around your needle, and then just pull your needle through. And that's going to tie your knot. And I usually like to do 2 to 3 depending on the thickness of my string. You can do as many knots as you want, but I'm going to show you one more time. You're going to put your needle in here, pull up so you're wedged in between 2 beads, and then wrap your string around your needle and then pull out. All you have to do after that is hide your string by going into a couple of beads and then cut the tails off. And now your 3D candy cup is complete. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Follow my candy patterns, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!